People, we are back. It is 2025, and as I record this video, this is my first day back in the office for the new year. It is 9:04 a.m. on a Tuesday, 14th of Jan, and it is going to be a wonderful year. If you haven't watched this channel before, you haven't watched these videos before, my name is Alex. I'm a creative business owner, and I record these videos for you. These videos are a reflection, a video diary really, of my experience as a creative business owner. I own multiple creative businesses and a property marketplace startup called Townhouses.nz. And in these dialogues, in these videos, I record them weekly, normally on a Friday, to recap, to reflect, to explore my thoughts, my experiences, my feelings, my decisions, my wins and my losses of running business from here in New Zealand. Wherever you're watching this from, I hope that you get nuggets of learnings, wisdom. I think one of the greatest things about reading books is that you can learn from someone else's experience, and that can fast track your journey in business, your journey in life. It's not just limited to business, but learnings can be fast tracked when we observe them or receive them or borrow them from others. And so this is what these videos are for. It's a diary, a collection. So if you want to go back and watch some of the previous videos, I record them every week, so there's quite a few. The learnings of how do we build a profitable creative business from wherever you're located with a core, highly potent, valuable offer that can be systemized, scaled, and then just absolutely built throughout team and all these wonderful things. So that's what these videos are for. Today's video is really just a hello. I want to share a bit about the vision that I have for this year, for my personal brand, for the companies that I'm involved in, and also for the content on this channel and other social media channels alike. 2024 is probably the best place to start. Every year we do, at the end of the year, Hannah and I, who's my wife and business partner, we do a year in review. And 2024 was a fantastic year. It was a year full of a lot of learnings. It was a year full of a lot of wrestles and struggles and in some cases losses. But overall, it was a net positive win. And we learned things last year that are an absolute foundation now. We work in a property industry, and so it's good, easy for me to use those analogies. We really feel that we have a really clear plan and design, a really clear of the market that we're in. And last year felt like we really did some deep work and laid a foundation for the business that we can now build on top of that as we go forward. And so 2024 and the years prior, we're really discovering what's the design, what's the model of Render Studio in particular. What's our offer? Who's our client? And not just like property developers in New Zealand and now in Melbourne and Australia, but what type of property developers do we want to work with? And a lot of that can be discovered through finding out who we don't want to work with. And when you're new in business, you might be able to relate to this. You're working with almost anyone because, bills need to be paid, revenue needs to be generated. But very quickly, if you do things right and you amass a good amount of work, you can start to get picky, which can feel like a bit of a luxury when you're starting out. So if you're starting out, there are luxuries that you will be able to afford yourself in the future. I'm not talking about Rolexes or Lamborghinis. I'm talking about space. I'm talking about decisions. I'm talking about opportunity mastery and being aware of which opportunities you should tackle and which things you should cull out. 9 times out of 10, you should cull all opportunities and go after the one. But last year and the years prior were really about finding our design. What's our offer? Who are we really down to the detail? Who are we wanting to serve and work with? And that was the same for team. So we're hiring team. Last year we hired a salesperson, and through that experience, we're now realizing there's probably a certain makeup of a salesperson that we actually need to hire. And instead of hiring one, we probably need to hire 2 at a time. A lot of this learning is also coming from my holiday reads, where I read Built to Sell, a phenomenal book by, is it Mike Lewandowski? I might have that wrong. I think I had that wrong. Anyway, I've read Built to Sell, and it's given me a phenomenal clarity on where to go forward. The years prior, like I was saying, you're finding your model, you're finding your offer, you're finding your delivery, you're finding your systems, you're finding how to acquire new leads, how to acquire clients, how to start to build a brand, start to build a reputation, all of these things. There's so much lead work in the beginning. And if you're starting out, just know that there's a lot of work ahead of you, but it shouldn't be daunting. It shouldn't be discouraging. It should be encouraging that there's so much opportunity for you to learn. I think a lot of times we see losses or we see failure or we see the tough parts of life, the valleys. We see those as like punishment, or we see that as like, oh, like I deserve more, or I thought it would be easier, or where's the goods? Where's the reward? Well, as they say, do the mahi, get the treats. A lot of us are just trying to get straight to the treats without doing the mahi. And I'm here to let you know today that mahi is involved. And I think that we have a warped sense of perspective when it comes to building something significant. I think we think that it's all about, we see success stories and we're cool, I want that. But we don't want the story that it took to become the success, and that's probably the responsibility of people we look up to maybe share a little bit more. That's why I'm recording these videos for you. I want to show you all of the process, from the good hires to the bad hires, from the good offers to the bad offers, to the good models, the good opportunities to the bad opportunities, and everything in between, because I want you to see that there is actually hard work involved in building something significant, but don't let it deceive you. You don't have to wait for some future reward. There are actually rewards along the way. And for Hannah and I think one of the biggest shifts is that we see every single job, every single opportunity, every single call, every interaction with our team as an opportunity to learn, to grow, to become 1% better, or, a fraction better for the next time around. And if you take that mentality, then you start to really enjoy the process of growing, of learning, of testing things. And it kind of pulls away your sense of fear towards like giving things a go. Because if you see failure as just a stepping stone or an opportunity or a pathway or just a part of the process, then you lean into things with greater force, with greater confidence. And that's what the years leading up to 2025 have been for us. So this year, 2025, we have got a foundation. And a lot of the time we come into a new year and we think, I'm going to do things new, I'm going to do things different. In 2024, I like to run from themes and having sort of personal taglines that help to keep my year in perspective and in line and heading towards the goal that I want to achieve. Last year was a new approach. So the whole thing last year was the things that had gotten us to the point of 2024 were not going to be the same things that would get us into the new heights that we had envisioned for the company. And so new approach was my theme. That really kept me in line, was the driving force between last year, trying new things, building a brand, building a personal brand, trying content, committing to content, really giving everything I could into the things that I was doing, but trying things new. We launched into a new country. We launched into the Melbourne property market. We've now done a job in Brisbane. We've got another job in Brisbane, a high-rise apartment building, which is amazing. Done a job in Sydney, and there are things that will continue to grow there. But that was new. Part of our expansion to Melbourne, we hired a salesperson, and that was new, completely new. Up until that point, I had been selling everything, and it kind of got into a point where it was just robotic, which kind of gave me the signal that it was time to get someone else involved. And there were so many learnings in that. There were wins, there were losses, there were learnings. That salesperson has moved on, and this is not a personal comment towards them, but through that process, like I said before, we're always learning. Like, what did we learn from that? What did Render Studio do well? What did we do wrong? What did the salesperson do well? What did they do wrong? What did the Alex and Hannah as business owners, what did we do well? What did we do wrong? And through all those learnings, you can actually find absolute gold. Pair that with books that have been referred from friends. I read Built to Sell, and Built to Sell is a phenomenal book. It's essentially how to build a business that can thrive without you. And the example, it's funny because the character in the book is called Alex, and he runs a creative generalist agency and then narrows down. So it's literally the Render Studio story, which is awesome. But they give advice to how to hire salespeople. Don't hire large service industry experienced players who are relationally led. You need to hire two absolute guns. They need to have friendly camaraderie and competition. And they need to just take the offer, take the market, and then just accumulate data and wins on the board. These are the kind of people that you need. And from our learning experience, that's who we're looking to hire in 2025, is a couple of guns, and making sure it's two, making sure they've got a bit of fire in their belly, and giving them really clear data and metrics to just go after and win. And so, we're always learning. Last year was new approach and it gave us a lot of reward. This year, the allure would be to try something new again. But as I've canvassed all of the personalities, the personal brands, the success stories, the business owners in my world, the people that I look up to online, everybody who is a success that I admire and am inspired by, I can see that there's just this block of time in their business journey where they just do what is true and what has worked and what is good. And it kind of sounds like the most boring business strategy ever. And I think that's why it's such a success, because we're dopamine driven animals. We're looking for new hits, new things to try. And I think that that's important early on to discover the essence of what you want to harness in your company. But we've found that now. Render Studio knows who it is. It knows who it wants to work with. We've got big track history. We've got awesome customers, great testimonials, great case studies, amazing team, process out the wahoo, and we are just ready to go. So the allure is to try something new. But what we're going to focus on, like I said, after canvassing success stories, after reading books, is now that we're honed in, it's about doing the same, but with more confidence. And so our theme for the year, Hannah and I have come up with our theme. This is our personal theme across our personal life, like our marriage and our family and kids, but also for our business, is 2025 is the year of more. And to make it really specific, it's not just the more, like as in accumulating more, the year of accumulating more stuff or accumulating more learning. I actually believe that I have all the learnings that I need for this next stage. And it might be a 2 to 3 year stage. It's not to say that I'm not going to be open and humble to learning new things or to learning from people or taking advice and all that kind of stuff. I will always be like that. I will always be teachable. But this is not going to be the accumulation of more like content and hacks and strategies and new ways of doing business. We know what works. And so now it's the year of doing more of what works. And instead of it being the definition of more by an accumulative standard, we really feel like it's a year of more returns. So everything that we do this year, we just get the sense that there's going to be a more in return. So every post is going to have a more impressions, or every action that we take as a company is going to have a more return in terms of lead flow, brand awareness, market share, dominance, all these great things. So that's really exciting, and it's going to take a lot of discipline to commit to doing the same, but doing it with more confidence. And that's kind of the key as well, is that 2025 is going to be the year of more return, but it's also going to be the year of more confidence. And sort of that's our general theme across company, marriage, life, everything. My personal tagline, just through some stuff I went through in the end of last year, just processing the year in review, where my head's at, where my mindset's at, where my learnings are at, where my journey is at as a business owner, a leader, husband, father, all these things, right? Was that I actually found out that deep down I have had a bit of a fear of success, of actually like truly realizing the success potential that I've known I've had for years, but there's been something that's been holding me back. And I'll spare it for the video, but essentially through that, I've discovered that actually most people have a fear of failure. I've never had a fear of failure. I've pretty much led that way in my life. But actually, I had a unknown, hidden fear of success, of truly realizing, I think, the potential. I think that can actually be scary, of actually realizing success. And so 2025 being the year of more, it is also, for me, my personal tagline is going to be yes to success. It's a very carefully crafted tagline. It's not yes to more opportunities. It's not yes to, more personal, sort of like my personal success, but just a yes to succeeding for Render Studio, for Townhouses.nz, for Render Directory, for Vera Studio, for everything that I'm a part of, that it's a commitment to the success of things. And so that's really just going to drive me to do things in a greater way, in a more confident way. And so that's 2025. And it's going to be a phenomenal year. And what time are we at? 14 minutes. It's going to be a phenomenal year. And if it's going to be anything like last year multiplied, then it's going to be a phenomenal year. At the end of this week, I am going to have my goals, really specific list of goals for 2025 that I'm going to document in a video this Friday. So look out for my next video where I'll talk about what I'm looking to achieve across my companies in 2025 and the strategy to fulfill them or to see them realized and to achieve them. As always, if you enjoyed this video, then actually keep watching. There's one more thing. You may have noticed at the start of this video, I said it's the 14th of Jan. And so it can seem that it's actually quite well into the new year. We have purposefully taken a proper 3-week break. I mean, even yesterday, I was meant to start yesterday. If you're one of our customers or team, you would have seen our autoresponder was the 13th of Jan was meant to be our return. We decided to come back today because yesterday was super sunny. We went to the beach. And I wanted to share this because I actually want to go onto my social media, which I haven't had for 3 weeks. So in 2023, 2024, it was the first time ever that we did a really good communication to our team and customers and everyone. And we took like a proper 2-week break. Deleted Gmail, deleted Slack, deleted Instagram, Facebook, absolute LinkedIn, Twitter. We deleted absolutely everything. And it was really scary. You know, you build it up in yourself that it's really important, and it is, but you build it up that without you on there, it's just going to all crumble and fail. Or even in your business, you think if you step away, it's going to crumble and fail. Now, it's actually a good test because if you step away and it all crumbles and fails, then you've got some work to do. But for us, it worked out so well last year that we did it again this year. So since the 25th of December, I have had 0 contact on my Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, all of the things. We started checking emails last week, but before that, it was 2 weeks without having emails. And I just wanted to actually share my screen and show you my socials so that we can both see that the world is not going to crumble if you're just not there. Like, we tell ourselves as business owners that we have to be so present and always on, but trust me, the break that we've had has been so phenomenal, recharging the batteries, that I feel a fresh, really fresh energy to go about this year with more confidence and more force. So I'm going to open up my Instagram, my LinkedIn, and show you live what we've missed out on, because I don't think it's really going to be much. Instagram, here we go. I can already feel my dopamine spiking. All right, so we've got 1 comment, whoop-de-doo, 17 likes and 6 friend requests. Now, I have a high guarantee that most of those are going to be bots. Oh no, it's all right. We've got a plumbing company, Meta Visuals, absolute beasts. Mimic, love those guys. And yeah, that's it. So how good's that? Nothing on there. Oh, thanks for the shout out. Should probably, where are the comments on this thing? There we go. All right, and messages. Awesome. My brother and Scott. All right. As you can see, have not missed out on anything at all. Let's go to LinkedIn. This is the thing, right? I mean, look at these numbers. This is probably going to be more clickbaity than anything. My network. Oh, I'm doing this publicly. I probably have to follow these. Notifications. All right. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. 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 Oh, Mike Wooten. Oh, that was just yesterday or something. Rebranding takes longer. Yeah, thanks again. Oh, I'm pretty sure I just commented on it. Nothing, nothing. And would you look at that? We've missed out on pretty much nothing. Cool. Love it. Love it. It's probably a bit personal. I am showing people's DMs. There we go, people. Absolutely nothing of value. Now, hey, I'm not a big brand and all these kind of things, but I just wanted to show you that as a little bit of an Easter egg at the end of this video. That was probably the most useless 4 minutes of your life. Wanted to just show you that you are always in control as a creative business owner if you decide to. Now, that's the big caveat, I guess, is that you can decide to be in control of your creative business. And as I've just showed you, you know, we did comms really well. We set up our projects really well. We even had projects going through the summer that we were completely hands off on. And we've come back this year to no, you know, negative emails, no worlds falling apart, projects just running ready for us to update on, clients ready to send us new jobs. As you can see, no in-demand urgent DMs. Sorry, Scott. Scott is probably a little bit more urgent than others, but it's just normally just sends me memes. You are in control. And so to finish this video, I want to let you know that 2025 can be the year where you take control of your business. The bullhorns and go hard. Anyway, that's my video. As always, if you've got questions, let me know below if there's topics you want me to cover. If there's anything in this video that just stood out and you're like, man, I would love to hear more about that, put a comment below and I will make a video about it specifically for you. Thanks, guys. It's going to be a phenomenal year.